as I was saying, we have new news coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, in regards to the Trump election interference case that is being spearheaded by the prosecutor, district attorney, Fani Willis, out of Fulton County. Now, we know that over the past month, that the Trump administration, not the administration, but the Trump legal team, as well as some of his co-defendants, have been filing charges. Well, trying to file. They've been filing motions in court to have this case dismissed, have it dismissed, have it thrown out because of an alleged relationship that started between the special prosecutor Nathan Wade and district attorney Fani Willis, and because of that, it's a conflict of interest. That was their argument. They argued this case. They argued this before the judge, and Judge McAfee, who is the presiding judge over this case, listened to these arguments and made a ruling on Friday. Now, a lot of people thought that Fani Willis was about to get tossed because of what was perceived as a conflict of interest between her and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, and that deemed to be true. But what was also true was that it didn't rise to the level that disqualification for both Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. The judge split it down the middle, and he ruled that either A, Nathan Wade had to go, or B, Fani Willis and her whole team had to go. And in this situation, the reasonable situation was to eliminate any of this foolishness. And this was basically what the judge did. He basically said, "Look, y'all, yeah, it's a little bad. They got y'all. They got you dead and right. It really, yeah. They went and pulled one. They pulled a fast one on you, and they used the letter of the law. But so I'm not gonna throw this whole case out because I understand what's at stake here, and this would just be completely a win. And I don't want to see impartial to not bringing this to a trial and ruling and making it seem as if I was in cahoots with the Trump team to do anything. So this is what I'm gonna do. One of y'all gotta go. Y'all both can't stay. And the sensible thing was for Nathan Wade to go, and he ultimately resigned this over the weekend, and they can move on with the case. However, one of the things that the judge did do that I found very, very interesting was that in his report he kind of mentioned Fani Willis going to the church and potentially tainting a jury because she went there making comments that she knew that was not factual, and pretty much played the race card, and that was mentioned in his findings. So just more on that. I don't know if they're gonna try to use that angle or not, but in no sense, in don't even know what I was about to say right there. But in the next instance, something happened today, and that's what we're going to discuss. So you knew Trump was going to fight back. You knew his team was going to fight back. So let's go to Atlanta and see what happened.
We are following breaking news at 4. A new motion to once again disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis.
Anchor Savannah Louie just got these details, and she joins us now from the First Alert Breaking News desk with more. Savannah?
Sean Blair, the message here really is if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's coming from former President Donald Trump along with 7 of his allies here who have jointly filed this motion. They're trying once again to get Fulton County DA Fani Willis disqualified from prosecuting the former president and his allies. The motion arguing Willis's actions created an appearance of impropriety and odor of mendacity after a romantic relationship between she and a special prosecutor previously on the case came to light. In August, Trump and 18 allies were indicted by Willis on charges they attempted to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. This is a fast developing story here at Atlanta News First. Digging into that motion right now, we'll continue to bring you all the latest updates as we develop more.
All right, so you see what happened? Trump decided that he was going to file a motion, try to appeal it. We'll see where that goes. I don't think it's going to go anywhere because the judge pretty much already has given you an ultimatum, and they obliged, and Nathan Wade is gone, and that's what y'all argued the first time. But now you're trying to argue something else on the same lines, and we already know what this is. This is classic. Let's play the long game here. Let's see if we can file enough motions, enough different motions, different appeals. Use this process all the way through. We're gonna play the long game, because ultimately what we want to do is get to November and make sure that the election goes on. This is just a play. Now, Fani, to her credit, and one of the things that the Trump's legal team tried to argue was that because Wade was getting paid more than all the other lawyers, that there would be an appearance that he made me want to stick on the case and drag this out because he's getting paid. But that's not the case in this case. Fani Willis is trying to speed this thing up because she knows what's at stake here. She knows that there's an election, and she's trying to get this case over and done with. Pick a jury. Let's go ahead and start arguing this case and go ahead and get them to deliberate within 6. You know what I'm saying? She's ready to get this case popping. And Trump's team is trying to delay this as much as possible so they can get to the election. Because then they can say that this is they're using this case as a political tool, trying to swing an election. We already know what the song of dance is. I guarantee you, sometime around August, September, this is what we're going to be hearing. So you hear it here tonight, okay? At 9 o'clock on March the 18th, okay? We already know what's about to happen. Trump's legal team is going to be arguing that this is election interference and that this case is the Democrats' way of trying to steal an election by keeping this case going while the election is going. Y'all hear it? I'm letting y'all know this tonight at 9 o'clock. So if you hear it again, I may cut this out and spice it down the road and say, see, I said this way back in March that this was going to happen. So there you go.